Regency Gem, Chris having another run at the weekend. He looks like a horse that seems to enjoy the backup.
Yeah, I think even the last time he won, it's quite surprising. After the race, 4 days, he won a race in the 1200. So even the last run he ran well. He jumped for Karis, and he showed his speed. He showed his hit the line strong. So let's see. Because the horse is in Class 5, that's what I told the jockeys, told the owner, the horse should be better than Class 5. But sometimes the horse is a bit laid back, and lazy. So I think it's quite suited for Karis. Strong jockey when he won the 1200 on the dirt. So we're happy to let him try another ride again. So. Yeah.
What about when he did win? Did it surprise you in the manner that he did it, because he was hard ridden and then he flew home the last bit?
Well, this horse, normally, I got him for a couple of years. I know this horse pretty well, but some struggle in the class. That's why we all think he's better than what I told is Class 4, Class 5. But finally, we even only one win or two wins. We should expect more winner. So and the horse is quite tough. It's pretty strong horse. That's why I think he back up maybe a couple of days. That's why a couple of days is no problem. That's why I asked the owner, give him a couple of chances, keep trying. Yeah.
30 winners this season so far with 9 meetings to go. You trained 31 last season. Are you happy with the way the year's gone?
Well, of course, more than I would be happy, but I think this year, 30, I think is a quite good number, and of course, we still have a couple meetings. I try my best. Maybe break last year the record. Yeah.
Paul, VUKAN, a horse that won back in February, and he ran well after that. But what have you made of his last couple of runs?
I think his last couple of runs, he's just gone forward. He's just been far too keen in his races, and I went back through his races a little while ago. I think his best run of his life is when he first started Happy Valley. He got back and chasing and finished strongly. So we've come back and trip, and we'll just take him back. Hopefully we can get him to switch off, come out, and just see how he finishes. And I feel quite sure he hit the line.
Dropping back to the 1200 metres, you've tried him up to a mile, so you think the 1200 metres is sort of what he's looking for at this stage?
I think it's mainly the fact that when he's running a mile with the speed of the tempo in the race, he's just getting too keen, and he's just taking all his finish away.
What about the crossover noseband? I see you've added to that this time round. So what are you hoping that'll achieve?
Well, it seems to work pretty well on the training track. We unfortunately didn't put it on him at the trials. It was a bit of a blue in his last trial, so it was all pretty much upside down. But he is a lot easier to control with it on, so it's just an aid.
Winner number 23 for you the other day with Fairy Floss. What's been the key to unlocking that horse's potential?
I think he's just acclimatised, and sort of. I looked at his pedigree, which I know fair bit about the New Zealand pedigrees, and he really looked like he'd run 1650 and 1800. So it took a few runs to get his head round, dropping his head in the race and relaxing. But and he's very confident before his races in the parade ring. So he's, as I say, he's acclimatised to Hong Kong.
Karis, decisive action going around in Class 4 over 1400 metres. He's taking the drop-in grade here. He looked like he boxed on okay, I thought, last time out.
Yeah, of course he finished off nicely. Of course it was a Class 3 race. I like the way he's holding his form, and of course dropping down in grade will help him out.
He's been handed gate 14, which is far from ideal, but does that sort of force your hand and make the choice to go back, or is that just his normal racing style anyway?
Yeah, well, I think it looks like he's been performing better when he's been giving a chance, and I think there's a couple of things. He's got the outside gate, he's got the heavy weight to carry, and also he's dropping to a 1400. So there's a few things that's not going his way, but dropping down in class does help him out in his form.
So you think he can run well at the weekend?
I think so. I think if he's given a chance and there's good speed in the race, I think he should let down properly.
What about Wednesday night? First 6 races, 4 winners. Moments like that don't happen too often.
Yeah, I know. It was just like so smooth all the way through. Of course, had a good start, and normally when you have a good start, you sort of build a bit of confidence during the day. And I must say, the horses I won on were, everything went out well for them with a good draw. Track was on their side, so yeah, it was a good night.
Joe, Master 8, a very impressive winner by over 3 lengths on debut. Was that the sort of performance off his trials that you were expecting?
Yeah, well, he did what we were expecting. He's he was very straightforward as he was at his trials and on his preparation. And actually he kind of surprised me in the way that he hits the line. He was very strong, and that gives us a lot of excitement about this bloke.
You got across the field from the start pretty easily. Did he come back underneath you nicely after that?
As I said, he's done it very straightforward, very professionally, and when I did ask him to come back a little bit, he responded like a professional horse. So he's a type of a horse that is going to make the trainers and the jockeys' life much easier.
You rode him on Monday morning in a bit of track work down the back straight on the turf. He looked in pretty good form that morning.
Yeah, listen, we took him to the gate, we jump out. I was asked not to go too fast with him, but he's just feeling so well in himself that we end up going a little bit faster than what the trainer wanted. But at the end of the day, he pulled up very well after the gallop, and I'm sure he's going to be able to bring what he's got best to the races.
I noticed he wears the hood in all of his track work here pretty much. Is that something potentially that could be used on race day with him?
It could, but you see, first day at the races, he coped it very well. He's done nothing wrong, so I wouldn't be talking about that subject with the trainer at this stage. But it's always good to have a card under the sleeves to use in case if it's a need. Apparently it's not a need at the moment.
You've ridden some pretty good 3-year-olds through the course of the season, Joe. On the ladder of 3-year-olds that you have ridden, where does he currently sit?
If he's not at the top, he would be sitting second. That means it's just a matter of time until he improves a little bit more. He might be as good as the one that I would put on the top.
Confidence levels for Sunday?
Very high.
KURPANY in the main all-weather race, he tried the all-weather surface for the first time last start. He looked like he handled that really well.
Oh, he's done it terrifically. His trials indicate that he was going to be able to do it, and he didn't disgrace. He floated on the surface, and I can't see him doing anything different.
He's drawn barrier number 7. He should get a good enough run from there, one would think.
Yeah, you see, last time he had an outside gate and he had to make it tough. He was a bit wide, having to cover ground, having to be overused to come across and get a position. Apparently, half of a decent gate, it might not be that difficult for him to place himself. And he's a kind of a horse, if he has something to be looking at, which apparently it's going to be the case as it's going to be a fast run race, he hits the line very strongly. So he's no doubt one of my best ride on the day.
You've teamed up with Casper through the course of the season, and also with John Size, and there's not too much between them and the trainer's title. Have you got an opinion on it?
I don't have an opinion who is going to win, but of course, for me it's a pleasure being riding for both of them. They're both very nice people, good heart, and not just that, they're good trainers as well, aren't they? And for me, given a chance to ride for them, it's a terrific opportunity. I wish luck for both of them. I hope whoever wins deserves, and they're making the show being very interesting to all of us.